Hey, thank you so much for tuning into the OGSoG YouTube channel. This is a clip, one section of our full episode. You can listen to the full episode on Spotify, link down below, or you can watch the extended video here on Patreon with a link down below as well. Now, we have Boze here. I feel like we have to talk about this because I think we had a lot of fun doing this, and it was her creation, her mind bug that came to existence. I was kind of hoping Boze could share some behind the scenes stories, and we can share some favorite moments from Smosh and Order.
I knew it. You guys can't see it, but I have the gavel in my hand right now. I still.
Oh,
have
do you?
It.
Nice.
Tina saved it for me when the office shut down. And
Oh,
I've had
nice.
this whole time. I love her. Dude, that show was so fun. I
That show
still
was
think
great.
about it. Like, I'm glad you guys have fun with it too. Okay, so backstory behind this, and you guys didn't know this, but when I was doing the live streams, okay, like you guys remember when I was producing the live streams for Storytime? So when I first started doing it, none of you wanted to do it. Like I'd be putting the show together, and nobody would want to fucking do it. Like
It was very over live.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth to get anyone to do the live stream. I think it was on Wednesdays or something. And so what I started doing was I was like, okay, rather than lecturing everybody about how important this is, because I was the new guy, like I can't make anyone do anything. I was like, I'm going to make these as fun as possible. And so what I started trying to do was make all of the shoots I did really, really, really fun, so that everyone would want to do them, from the blanket fort to like some of the funner games that we played on live, you know, all the way up into, because I did a couple different, like, Joven, you remember when I did that show about the money where like we would just go out into town and spend money?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I do remember that.
Dude, we went to the pier, me and you, Boze, on that show.
Oh, that's right. And didn't we get in trouble, or you got in trouble because you were supposed to do something that day and you didn't realize it till the end?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, but I don't remember what I was supposed to be doing.
I don't
but
think
I
I
was
was
Ferris
ever
wheel,
invited.
like posting Instagram. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I forgot that. And like, honestly, that was my way of making a show where we could just get a budget to eat all the food that we wanted.
And it worked. Dude, that show was great. I love that show.
It was fun to do, right? And so anyways, all of that culminates into Smosh and Order. And Laser, I don't know if you remember this, but we were filming a Mari Craft episode where it ended in a court case, and we were pretending to be in court in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I literally just busted into our boss's office at the time, and I was like, what if we rent out a courtroom and we all pretend to be lawyers and stuff?
Yeah, because
And have grievances.
that episode was so much fun. Yeah, I remember that was kind of the impetus for it. Yeah, it's like we were having so much fun arguing this case, and it was ridiculous and silly. And we're like, what if we did this in real life? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like a blast.
I remember this. Hold on, I just to interject. This was after Corn and I had left Smosh Games, but we would get called back for random shoots. And I remember Lasercorn going to the pier one day, but I was never invited. Come and spend your money.
Dude, that show was so fun to film. It was just very fun. So, you know, that was my thought behind it. And I was like, you know, if we're genuinely having fun, that's what comes across on camera, and that's what our audience wants, you know?
Yeah.
And like we were talking about the fucking punishments. We weren't having fun with that, but then we would just all laugh around it and try to like make it okay, you know? So let's do actual fun stuff. So yeah, so Smosh and Order was born, and I remember I went into his office and I was like, let's pretend to be attorneys. He literally booked the courtroom that day, and that like made me really stoked because I was like, oh wow, this must be a good idea. And
It was a great idea.
dude, and then Christina and I started producing it because she had done mock trial in high school, so she had to tell me like how to set it all up. And then we just started picking Smosh problems and plugging it in, and I will never forget this. So Hinky was the one that really made Smosh and Order like what it was, because I don't know if you guys remember, we shot 4 episodes that day. The first episode was kind of clunky. The second episode, we were like, oh, this is how to make it fun. And the third episode, we got into it. But the fourth one was the one that actually premiered, and that was when So Hinky was the bailiff. And like,
I was just going to say him as the bailiff.
So Hinky as the bailiff. And also, so Hinky, you as, what was it? The one guy that had the confirmed kills.
Harry Headshot Henderson.
Dude, so Hinky had the best sorry, Laser and Joe, but So Hinky had the best characters. And as soon as I saw that So Hinky bailiff, I was like, this has to be the first episode. And the opener of it was So Hinky going, all rise for the honorable, the something, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, Noah.
Yeah. Well, so he had like
So funny.
he had a couple ideas, and then I had a couple ideas because I went up to Noah and I was like, we should give you like a bunch of rap names, like you know how like rap stars will have like 10 different names, like AKA this, AKA that.
The RZA,
so,
the Jizza.
Yeah. Well, he was like, make one of them Anne Heche. So I just like started rattling off random stuff.
And I forgot that one of my favorite parts of Smosh and Order was, you know, you were randomly given your role, but you had a person that you could sync up with. Like the judge could sync up with the bailiff for a bit. Attorney and client could sync up with each other. You know, the jury was kind of doing bits together. And it was honestly very collaborative, but and then we would see how it would come together, like with each one. God, that was so fun.
That was fun.
Do you guys have any like favorite characters that you played on the show, or like a moment you're very proud of?
I can jump in. So Harry Henderson, my favorite moment that was like the moment that you talked about when I was like, I got 27 confirmed kills, and then Lasercorn goes, oh, you served, and I was like, no.
That was a good joke.
Oh,
Yeah, didn't I have to ask to get something stricken from the record? Because you started confessing to kills. I want to go back and watch that episode now because I feel like you started confessing to shit that I didn't want you confessing to, and I'm like, no, we just needed the one quote. Strike that last part from the record.
dude, can we please just do a react to that?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that'd
that
be fun.
Smosh
Those are
and
fun.
Order.
Oh,
Those-
they'll copyright strike the channel.
Yeah.
Probably if we try that.
I hands down, I do still watch some of those episodes because they were just generally fun and
Yeah.
good. And I think that show led, I think, Smosh Games into where it is now, where it's more, you know, personality, character stuff versus, you know, gameplay. And so being able to be on the same level and be able to like do some character work next to Shane was fun. And I'm also very happy to say that the Joven versus a real lawyer episode is probably
that
in
was
my
hilarious.
top 3, if not my top 5 favorite Smosh Games episodes as a whole.
Joven, that was one of your greatest roles because it was so perfect.
And here I can say, screw you, Lasercorn, because I had a perfect redemption arc, a great moment to end that video on a maybe Joven's right, and then you're like, nope, screw it. Take down the company. And I'm like, ultimately, that was the funnier ending for sure. But you derailed my entire outro. And I was like,
I'm
nope, that was the
sorry.
right way to
Yeah.
go.
Oh, I forget. What did I say about that? They're like,
Because it was the
he said
you
something
can't
about, like-
copyright.
oh yeah, he's like, did you know that this contract is actually illegal in the state of California? And I, from the jury, was like, wait, is that true? Hang on.
Yeah, that line is out of character. Just Lasercorn getting free legal advice.
Yeah. Our contracts were not good, and I was upset about it. And
Yeah, he was letting it out.
But yeah, that was funny. I'm sorry I derailed your thing.
No, watching it back, that was the best way for that to end, because it's like this great moment, like, all right, maybe Joven will do it, and then Lasercorn just like stops it, ruins the momentum. It's like, nope, this, and I'm like, nope, that's our relationship.
Dude, oh my god, you know what I just remembered? Joven, okay, sorry, I'm gonna suck my own dick here for a minute. I
Do
did
it.
everything on that show, even down to, do you remember, Joven, when you were like on the stand and I was taking pictures of you for the thumbnail? The Joven, real lawyer, like everything about that show, the thumbnail, I literally made those thumbnails because the company was like shut down, and so I was taking the photos.
Oh, that's right. Guys, that's right.
Yeah.
That was the last official Smosh Games video before the channel went down. So literally, narratively, it seemed like Wes had won a lawsuit, took all of Defy's money, and then Defy shut down right afterwards.
Yeah, we were in the live stream, and I was like, the prophecy.
That's amazing.
Like, the timing that was the video that I forgot that was the last video. Oh my god, that was so good. That was so good.
Oh my gosh, there's somebody that didn't react to that. That's so cute.
I for mine, my favorite moment was obviously when I got to come in my blood suit and you put me on trial.
Max Realgood?
Yeah,
Yep.
Max Real Name's the trial of Max Real Name, where I tried to kill Joven on the stand, And then and then I got to give my big speech at the end where I'm like, look, they say a lot of things about me, like I'm a murderer and I tried to kill Joven seconds ago. And I did like hand waving, and then I just ran away. That was my favorite part. Yeah.
Comedically, I think that might be like the height of Lasercorn comedy. Like just all of your years of like every little joke here and there came to that moment, and it was your Oscar moment of comedy for sure.
The villain in everything we did all the time, because I enjoyed playing the villain, and then finally having my trial. Yeah, it was a. So kudos to you, Boze, for giving me a way to kind of cap that run as the villain of Smosh games.
We needed more Sohinki bits, though. Sohinki, we've talked about this. It was out of my control. I wish I knew, though, and I had fought a little harder, but Sohinki was... Well, we had one other star, because my favorite moment actually has nothing to do with me, because I would watch the shows back and I wish that I performed a little bit better, but I think I was so worried about like producing and like getting the show
It's a
up
crazy
and stuff.
skill set.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think my favorite performance was when I complimented Shane in the Courtney Miller versus Courtney freaking Miller.
Oh, uh-huh.
Dude, he was such a fucking riot in that episode. He was like, I am on every drug imaginable right now. Or like,
You did the right thing comically with Shane in that scene, I guess, in that episode, because you can't go toe to toe with Courtney freaking Miller and have the same energy or the same laughs. And so you were a great low to his high. So like your secret handshakes, some of like the compliments of his. Yeah, and it gave him reason to kind of go higher, and then you were like the yang to that yin. So that was very perfectly done without maybe even knowing it.
Shane's quotes in that show is like, my middle name was Leg Ryan, because I got one strong, powerful leg. Kick you back into the Middle Ages. Or what was that one where he said, we're on a giant ball of fire hurling around the sun and I'm making it go faster.
Do you think he like sits in front of a mirror and just gets like...
Those are phenomenal.
He was just off the cuff, dude.
Wow.
I honestly think we should either at some point react to like an episode or some segments or something, or there's this whole compilation that's called Smosh and Order being the best show for 32 minutes straight, and it's just it's all of us. I mean, it's so good. I miss it.
You helped Tim, IT Tim, of Tim's channel really shine there also, because he was a bailiff on one episode where you and him switched positions because he was too meek. And so you were the judge, and you're like, no, I'll do it. And so like he's the judge. He's like, all right, order, like this, and just like hits the gravel, and you're like, louder.
I'm like, Tim, you want me to do both right now? Because I will.
And I just seen, like, Tim was always one of my favorite people at that company, and to see him kind of shine in that moment was great. So thank you, Boze. I think we all owe you a giant thank you for
that show was
for that
great.
show. It was a lot of fun.
I'm just glad you guys had fun. And actually, I'll say this too. My favorite thing about that show was after we had shot like 2 seasons of it, it was so fun. The main cast was down to be in on it, and they were never down to do our shoots.
Yeah.
And they actually even Ian, everyone showed up to like do that shoot, and it was so fun.
Yeah, it was super.
Yeah, I think I was, because I had left the summer before it all shut down, so I was coming back. That was like the only show that I came back to do.
Aww.
Yeah.
I would.
So you would have come back if dumb people
forces
weren't.
of nature had.
So Hinky should have been there.
Thank you for just creating that show for us, Boze. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great memories, and a lot of good reasons to watch again. If only you would get residuals for all the legacy views that show gets. That would have been nice.
Dude, they should give you that show so you own it.
Like, wait, well, you can cut this if you want, but y'all know, like, a while back, I basically said, like, hey, you guys can make this show again, but I was like, I would just like, I don't know, maybe like $400 per episode, just because I made it.
What'd
And
they
then,
say?
like,
What'd they say?
ghosted you.
Tell me what's hanging.
I just never heard anything good, but I don't think those people are there anymore. I don't know. I hope you guys do it.
Hey, thanks for watching that clip of our podcast. If you would like to listen to the full podcast, we got a link down below to the Spotify version. And if you would like to see the full podcast, all the other topics we talk about, well, then you can sign up for our Patreon, and we post the full video version there. We hope to see you over there.